Shalom, all praises to the Most High, Anoka said. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Pachamama, and all of her earthly angels, the Erkadesh. Praise be to the Holy Spirit, the Kahe, in the name of his only begotten Son, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So I haven't really done a current events video in a bit of time, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I wanted to zero in on this concept of vaccines and for whatever reason, why in the hell are they always targeting New York City? Like, what is here? I understand there's a lot of us here. There's a lot of children of Israel here, but why else? There's a lot everywhere. I just find all of this very bizarre. And that bastard Cuomo is heavily targeting us as the Israelites. And this guy's doing it in such a way, and people are not understanding what he's doing. And it's frustrating that they can't see it. I actually did a video months ago saying that exact same thing, that Cuomo is targeting us in a subtle way by trying to say, oh, you know, these minorities are on the front line, so they need to get vaccinated first. Like, whoa, what? Oh, they are at the most risk. You know, we have to have compassion and give them the vaccine first. Well, you can shove your compassion, but there's a reason why he's doing this. They're zeroing in on New York. They're zeroing in on the so-called minorities, specifically, so-called African Americans and so-called Latinos, not just any so-called black or brown groups, specifically the Americans. So I have a few articles I want to read. The good news is that Pfizer, I don't even know what that is, but has said its new COVID vaccine is 94% effective, based on the results of their phase 3 trial data. The research also provides encouragement for the Black and ethnic minority, BAME community. Ooh, they just coming up with names all the time. With 42% of participants from diverse ethnic backgrounds. This level of protection matters for all, but especially for individuals from the BAME community, as they have been disproportionately affected by COVID in terms of infection and fatalities. Yeah, right. But look at how this article is written. They're saying, oh, see, they're doing us a favor. It's the same thing all the time. Oh, these cell phones, oh, we're doing you a favor by stripping away all of your natural knowledge and giving you this hunk of crap. Oh, it's all a favor. Oh, computers, technology, all this crap is all a favor. Yeah, right. Now we don't know how to do anything. Now we don't know how to live. It's crazy, man. Deaths during the first wave of the pandemic were not spread equally, as Black men were nearly 3 times more likely to die as a result of contracting COVID than their white peers. This stuff is unbearable, man. For Pakistani men, the increased risk of death was double, and for Bangladeshi men, it was 2.5 times that of white men. Wow, it's just like white men are just not affected at all. These people are pathetic, but they're going to lie to the end because, there are two seed lines here. BAME women were also at risk, are also at increased risk of death due to COVID compared to white women. Okay, right. Rather than view this as the result of some genetic difference, the inconvenient truth is that this elevated risk is due to racism. They sure know how to butter people's biscuits, don't they? All they got to do is say the racism word, and they have to play on their mistreatment, their historical mistreatment, so that they can, get you to want to get vaccinated, as if it's a gift to you for all of your suffering. These people are devils, man. But this is what the accuser does. You know, he starves you out from something. He starves you from his love, and then he presents his love with pretty much a dynamite stick. Although in theory, the NHS should offer services in a free and equitable way, this is not the experience of some. Let me say that again. This is not the experience of some from the BAME community. The route into healthcare and then onto treatment is riddled with discrimination, some of it overt and some of it subtle. People from BAME communities can be reluctant to seek help with COVID, in part due to lack of services in areas where they live, but also due to the perception that they won't be offered the same care and treatment as their white counterparts. Gag me with a spoon. Let's move on, because I had another thing I wanted to cover. Do you know that you're about to start eating yourselves? And I mean that quite literally. And when I mean you, I'm mainly just talking about the people who want to stay here. Because this is the type of stuff, this is the type of world that they're trying to build as their last hurrah. So, this is what they plan to do. And this is going to explain a little bit of how you get your genetically modified meats, which is why I just stay away from meat in general. Not just because it's in the Essene Gospels, but how do you know what in the hell you're eating? Please let me know. The range of alternative meats grown in a lab widens every month, and now we have companies attempting lab-grown beef, chicken, seafood, brisket, and even kangaroo. Could human be next? Boxside. Listen, bro. They already are doing the same thing, inputting fetal cells and Coca-Cola and a bunch of these different, cheap soft drinks and cereals and just candies and a bunch of different things. It's called Cinemix. And they input fetal cells or human cells so that it will be addictive to you. That is what it's for. It's a sweetener as well as an agent to get you addicted to their food. And this is what I was talking about regarding rape. The Impossible Burger, that was friendly stuff. This is really going to get disgusting. I doubt it, but a group of designers recently highlighted how possible that concept would be should someone attempt to try it. Andrew Pelling, Orkin Telhan, and Grace Knight made a do-it-yourself meal kit for lab-grown human meat that was recently nominated for Design of the Year by the Design Museum in London. Called the Ouroboros steak, named after the ancient symbol of the snake eating its own tail. The design is for a meat kit that would come with everything a person needs to culture cells from their own body and turn them into mini steaks. The design was commissioned for the Philadelphia Museum of Arts and Designs for Different Futures exhibition, which ended in March of this year. Dabu7 also came out with a video, I believe yesterday, talking about how they can turn salt water into drinkable water and energy. The reason why we don't have drinking water is because of how wicked this planet is and how they're raping our sisters. So they're like, you know what? We're going to fight back. And people are getting mad at the earth because she's not yielding good fruit. Her fruit is nasty. The waters are sour. Why? Because they don't want the wicked benefiting from them. The same way how someone wants to fight back if they're, getting taken advantage of is the same way that they're doing it. To be clear, no one is growing human meat to sell in grocery stores. The design is purely conceptual, okay? According to Design Museum, it is a critical commentary on the lab-grown meat industry and critiques the industry's claim to sustainability. The critique is right on the mark since lab-grown meat producers generally rely on the controversial fetal bovine serum. See this? This is what people are eating when they're eating lab-grown meat. Let's read what it is. To produce their alternative meat wares. FBS is a byproduct that comes from the blood of cow fetuses. As this article from Slate from a few years back highlights, it's a gruesome practice that involves killing a pregnant cow, removing the live fetus, then draining the ladder of blood that eventually gets refunded and turned into FBS. So you guys want to eat that? Pure wickedness. Disgusting. I can't read anymore, so you guys can look at that. Let's go back to the vaccines. Good morning. The CDC announced its suggested vaccine priorities, and we offer a timeline of when you can expect to get one. I could do it again after I'm done with this.
You could do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it again with you after I'm done with this. A panel of scientific advisors yesterday released its initial guidelines for who should receive the first corona vaccines, recommendations that will influence states' policies across the country. The obvious question on many people's minds is, when can I expect to be vaccinated? While there is still a lot of uncertainty, it's possible to lay out a rough expected timeline. I've done so below with help from public health experts and colleagues who are covering the virus. Healthcare workers and nursing home residences will likely be the first people to receive the vaccine, as the panel recommended. Up to 40 million doses could be available to Americans before the end of this year from a combination of Pfizer's and Moderna's vaccines. That would be enough to vaccinate the 3 million people who live in long-term care facilities, as well as most of the country's 21 million healthcare workers. They have to still keep this civil. They have to still have it make sense to people, so people don't start tripping. So they'll select a certain group of people to vaccinate. But we're going to get into who these people that they're really targeting, that they're trying to vaccinate, because they're trying to start in a certain city. And what did Cuomo say? New York will lead the way. Cuomo vows to mobilize army to vaccinate all New York fairly. Mobilize an army? What in the hell? Bro. Oh, man. Governor Andrew Cuomo made a promise that New York will do a better job than all other states in the nation to get its residents vaccinated. He spoke from Riverside Church on Claremont Avenue on Sunday morning and vowed not to allow the injustice to continue. The injustice. So let's hear this injustice. Oh, man, what a slithery piece of... The governor said New York will mobilize an army to make sure everyone is vaccinated, but he will need federal resources to do it. Cuomo said the Black and brown communities have been impacted more greatly by COVID-19, and he will not allow that to continue when a vaccination is ready for distribution. Because enough people have died and enough injustice has been done. Injustice. It stops now. It stops with this vaccine. Cuomo said, we need to make special efforts with the vaccine to reach the underserved Black, brown, or poor communities. The private market alone will not do it. We need to enlist community groups to distribute the vaccine in their community. We need faith-based groups that the community trusts to distribute the vaccine. Cuomo said New York needs medical teams and outreach teams to go into public housing and low-income communities. Now we're getting into the crux of it. They're going to show up at my broke-ass doorstep looking to put a damn chip in me. Well, you got to catch me first. He said if Trump administration does not change its plan and provide an equitable vaccination process, the state will enforce its legal rights and bring legal action to protect New Yorkers. Don't tell us it's a state responsibility without giving us the resources to do the job. You fool no one, Cuomo said. All this stuff between Cuomo and Trump, I'm just going to tell you right now, one person is playing good cop, the other is playing bad cop. They're both on the same side. Like, they know that Trump triggers so-called Black and Latinos. Just hearing his name gets them annoyed, gets them mad. They think racism. And Cuomo is coming against the orange racist man, playing everyone for fools, and then making this thing look like it's it's some sort of gift to the black and brown underserved communities. They're targeting us, the children of Israel. But, you can't get protected if you haven't repented. So this is all up to you, man. He vowed that New York will join forces with the Urban League and with the NAACP to make sure every life is protected equally. We are being attacked by other viruses. COVID weakened our immune system, and when weak, you get attacked by others, Cuomo said. We're being attacked by multiple viruses at the same time, and we must fight them all. Because racism is a virus, and sexism is a virus, and discrimination. And a virus and injustice is... I'm sorry, I got mixed up. And discrimination is a virus, and injustice is a virus, and division is a virus, and distrust is a virus, and abuse of power is a virus, and hatred is a virus. And our America is better than this. Our America is strong enough to admit her mistakes and to grow from them. Hold up. I heard this spiel before. I've definitely heard this spiel before.
Geico makes the claims process so easy, I can manage my claim all on the Geico app. It's not just easy, it's giving your dog your fitness tracker easy. Woo! Already got my 40,000 steps today.
You're gonna really make me force
fast and
force me
convenient
to
claim
watch this
service.
dumbass commercial.
I'd like to have a beer.
Nine.
It's on the planet. Try giving short, simple answers.
Sir, your question, please.
Mrs. Griffin, what do you plan to do about crime in our city?
A lot. Because that's what Jesus wants. 9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
See, they make fun of it because it's so true. Hold on, I did show you in that that Boondocks episode with the Adam West playing the white lawyer. He's pretty much buttering up black people, talking about they don't want to set R. Kelly free because they don't want you to be free. They don't want me to be free. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And this is exactly what this dude is doing. He's just playing on the emotions of numbskulled individuals that happen to be a lot of us. So it's very sad. It's very sad that people are falling for this. The governor urged President Trump to spend his final months in office to stop the anger, division, and hatred. He said Trump should work to help Americans by repairing the damage you have done. Oh, what a self-righteous prick, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Trump's just playing a boogeyman. Trump's no different from you because you hate us just as much as he does. So I don't understand that. Cuomo ended his speech by promising that New York will lead the way. The speech came just days after President Donald Trump said that a vaccine will be widely available for all Americans by April except for New York, where he said it will not be delivered. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like reverse psychology. It sounds like, oh, why can't we have it? Trump is racist towards New Yorkers. You know what? In fact, let's get this vaccine first. Oops. And now you're asking for it. Stuff's so predictable, bro. And who will get this vaccine first? Let's see. Actually, we kind of already read that. Yeah, we already pretty much read this. This is their whole plan on who's going to get it first, so we don't need to read it again. But anyway, that's all I really had. This stuff's very devious. Cuomo is a bastard. I've said that before. I'll say it again. May peace be with you. Selah Kala.